It's so heavy. Why does it have to be so heavy? You know how to lean forward, lean forward. We're going over here. We're going over here. I'm trying, all right? I'm trying. Well, here he is, Traddlaq, the semi-dragon, as you recently heard from my deliberation and possibly seeing us come up this way. Not a real dragon. I have him here with his 2 arms and his pseudo wings. You see over there. He is not real. I mean, he is real, but he's not a real dragon. He thinks he is. Stop it, stop it, stop it. We'll talk about it later. I vowed, no conditions and to no end would I serve him, but I was dying, you see. I did not think clearly. I was not thinking clearly. Here we are. Today, and for the rest of my life, apparently. Put your head straight. You were, though. You were tricking me. Stop it. He was tricking me. And when I said forever, I didn't. I was not in my right mind. I was dying. I was bleeding. I was bruised. But he healed me. Which I am grateful for. I did not want to die. I told him that. That's why he did it. My choice. But here I am. With him, my friend, Traddlaq. I lived in a kingdom many days from the mountains where I stumbled across Traddlaq. You see, I was sent with, under my lord's direction, a band of men volunteered. Voluntold actually, but we are knights, of course. We do what we are told to serve God and country. We traveled many days to a neighboring land where marauders had begun to invade a land that neighbored the land of my lords. We were sent up, select of us, 12 of us, into the mountains to hunt out the camp of the marauders so we could find and begin to contain them. But one day we were ambushed, quite heavily really. The band of 12 was outflanked. I and a group of 4 were forced over to these ridges that you possibly see behind me. We were engaged heavily. Push back, further and further, dangerously towards the ridge. We were about to surrender. We had a plan. If we surrendered, we might possibly be brought to their camp, you see. It was risky, and was not, of course, in alliance with our vow, but it was the only choice, for we were about to face death. While we were planning, I took a spear, here, across my shoulder. Very heavy, good direct hit. Knocked me off the edge of the cliff. Fortunately, bouncing, jarring, awful fall, really. I could feel the armor gauge into my sides and into my legs and my body. I don't know how many meters the fall was, but it was an awful fall. And I fell. Not, of course, on the ground, but as you have gathered, on the tail of this beast. You see here, over here. Do you see him? Yeah. I drift him over there. He can't walk. The reason why he can't walk, I unfortunately, quite unfortunately for me, fell on his tail. I'm getting there. I will tell them. Hold on. And I broke it. Actually, in many places, it was quite a fall. My arm came down, just pierced the midsection of his tail, and apparently broke his spine in multiple places. I simply just fell into unconsciousness, into a pile of armor and a mangled mess, I guess. He moved off away in pain, and apparently collapsed also in pain. Well, I woke up with him hovering above me, wanting to escape. He was already in my mind. Telepathically, right? You see, dragons, as you know, of law, can communicate telepathically with a chosen human that they selectively pick, choose, torment. Awful. Unfair, really. To make a long story short, I was about to die. You can read it all in my book. I had no choice. I was in delirium. I was not thinking clear. I was not thinking clearly. You tricked me. The dragon, the semi-dragon, tricked me. And he allowed me, he made me vow that I would protect him with no end and to no conditions. And I did. And he healed me. For 3 days, I was unconscious, laying there, healing my wounds, miraculously by his power, I must acknowledge. Healed rather well. I woke up, famished, thirsty. And for several days, we survived here, what you see on the edge of these cliffs, on this ledge. Regained all of my strength and my consciousness into full recognition. I was not aware. You tricked me. And with a vow I had made as a knight, of course, I will keep it. I will keep it. I'm a man of chivalry and honor. I had vowed to protect him, to be his human, I know that. I'm getting there. I didn't know that I broke his tail at the time, and I had no idea that I would be carrying him on my back for the rest of my life. I didn't know that at all, you see. I am getting there. You see, semi-dragons need their tail to move, to lunge, to walk, to crawl. I know it's not crawl. I can't translate that word from semi-dragon. I don't know what it is. There is a special word for the movement of a semi-dragon, which I cannot translate in English. But he cannot do that. He needs the sway of his tail to move his forward. And because I broke his tail, he obviously can't crawl very well. Therefore, part of my vow, unfortunately, is to keep him on my back, wherever he wants to go, like I was his slave, or something. I'm not complaining, I'm telling the truth. Sorry. That is our story, really, in a summary, nutshell, as you would call it. And, here we are. Here we are together, really, for the rest of our lives. And it's so difficult, because as I'm talking to you, he is talking to me, telepathically. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! I can't concentrate. I'm sounding like an idiot. That is our introduction. As silly as it might sound, it is true. I am Sir Stefan. That, who you will see again, is Traddlaq. The semi-dragon, not dragon. Stop it, no matter how many times. Don't make me come over there. Lindworm, because pseudo wings. They are pseudo wings. You cannot use them. They are therefore called pseudo. He's quite heavy. I have to get in the right position to be able to balance his weight. And so long as he stays in front of me, then stop it. Stop it. You're going to scare the children. Tell he's about 500 pounds, as you Americans would use. You can see there, yes, and his coloring. Yeah, up here, these spikes. It's quite detailed, really. Camouflaged quite well for a marshland, which is, of course, his natural habitat. That's where he was. Yes, I know, we are going there one day. I have not seen the place, but it sounds wonderful. Green fields everywhere you look, with lots of underbrush, where he was quite well disguised, as you see with his brilliant green and multicolored display here. It's getting quite heavy now. He was the dominant creature also, where he had no problems finding food as deer, antelope, rodents and other things. Freely he was able to hunt for. Until, of course, he was forced here for sanctuary in this rugged terrain, which of course he clearly does not belong. And he's about 8.5 feet tall. And we do pretty well together if I hold him tight like this, even though I'm quite discombobulated with my attire. But he likes to sway. He likes to sway and lean backwards. And it's quite annoying. No, don't show them. My back, I know. Stop it. They know that. They know what that means, leaning backwards. And sometimes he's quite easily distracted, like a child. Curious beast, always smelling, always looking at things. As a hunter, I know. Stop it. I can't hold you up like that. What is it? All right. You see, I cannot have Traddlaq on my back all the time. This feels so much better when he's not on my back, and I have full use of my arms. I don't have to hold on to him, and so on. I have many activities, interactive experiences for children and adults alike. I have foam axe throwing you can throw at me, it's quite fun. And I have the best thrower competition, and I have medieval trivia. I have a way of teaching medieval in a wonderful opportunity and a way that's fun and exciting for all. And many other games and activities to make fools of yourselves. I mean, to share and laugh with all. It's quite fun, really. And a wonderful interactive experience. You can find all of the details at the end of this video. The airplane. We have to wait. The airplane. Due to know his story a little bit while we wait for that plane to was experiencing. I can't hold this position for much longer. Stop. You've taken me down. Are you happy now? Stop laughing at me. And several other men traveled 3 days. Bloody train. Fantasy creatures, the beasts, the dragons, and whatnot, coming up into a cinemaverse of chaos. My lord, ask, of course told, dang it, the company kingdom of another lord who's experiencing quite a bit of trouble with a neighboring kingdom. That's not it. Those breaks. That's when I come out and do activities with you and your children, games, fun things like that. You see, I can't have him on my back all the time, even though, of course, he wishes to do so. Stop it. Stay there. No, don't try. You'll hurt your tail. Don't. Sorry. Stop it. Stop talking to me. I have to concentrate on this. It's so difficult to have two thoughts in my head when I can barely control mine, let alone his. Anyway, thank you. He's quite secure, leaning all on me. But he leans backwards. Yes, like that. Don't show them. Stop it. They understand. You don't have to show them. It hurts my back. Video clip of Sir Traddlaq. Stop it! Stop! Still you! He doesn't stop. He doesn't stop communicating with me, and it's so difficult, like I probably told you, to have two thoughts going through my head when I can't even control my own. Where were we? Move your head. You can't see me. Move your head out of the way. I know you want to sit. All right. Throwing medieval battle axes at me. Not real ones, but it gives the appearance of reality. Therefore, it is quite fun. What else?